So Torkornoo nya bonia, why should NPP be worried? And I'm Torkornoo. So only Bonibia, why should he be worried about the investigations? Because Torkornoo and Pamono. Some NPP na Judicial Torkornoo is clean. Torkornoo did not go against the law. Torkornoo basically within the confines of a Juma Oyeno. Why should I be worried? John Mahama can do whatever he wants to do. So Torkornoo di Bonia, she will be exonerated. She'll come back and be the Chief Justice. But because the NPP they know. All right, young Konen go do. Unye Juma na ote Ghana na udim kwasi asem wo. Now Musa dan kwa kan se mi de bia me ka kire Ghana for. And okay, so person who say NPP for calculation 441 mukai we.
It is you better free SHS okoda to mabawumia. Better free SHS woguna ba moye mi yo in there. Me next day neighbors.
But what's wrong Bogwin? Why are you insisting on that?
Kwame.
One you go no what you we. One you can know there.
What you we? Was a we are not for you train. See I would tell me we na. I'm on for Rugoso. No woro. It is you better free SHS okoda to mabawumia. Better free SHS woguna ba moye mi yo in there. It is you better free SHS okoda to mabawumia. Better free SHS woguna ba moye mi yo in there.
Oh, Zango Fui, calculation, be any women on social media, we allotage cops. Kwame na Duncan, Kwame Sefakan, Kwekubako, Omway, in Kwasia Fu in an Amotegana Etiomo. So, Pedefria says, wo guna to Mabaumia, and one Jim. Fantina we Jim. Fantina we Jim. And there were questions who take a cribishe, Kipkus, D, on to attacks. Allotage cops will be able to attacks. Kwasia na sanko kro mu fin at the TV so omu twan comfort tro adaya they hate John Mahama enti omu person mo beka no kre and mo Kwame Sefakan no wen where is Kwame Sefakan the chain smoker where is he? These were people polluting the system. Kwame Duncan ni hu fin. These are adults who are supposed to be honest. Omu kan no kre nche omu no o wan asema no ka. So person free SHS yenguna tumaba umia. They were planting something in the heads of Guardians to say NDC ba ibegu free SHS and the free SHS ni eguno. Way of Vietnam and kadi ahoma so no konia de nabo wiem ni twum ni okuna to atwene. Almost say crow they are nation wreckers. It me na mo na mehu akwa we na oti program ase yes allotage cops or the obeje akwara aware be se kwase aweji aware. Oh, Jimmy and Addo mutrim. And the NDC no Timisi Hotel. Anko ya boa akwawi. NDC ya ujire oh you turn NDC and then when we are when word on it come na dan come hu no and the NDC na allotage comes to me see dying. Asia kwa. Now go for it radio so every day. Now go for it radio so every day. They were lying to Ghanaians. All because oh, say NDC member power there, yen say Ghana. Kwame Duncan, allotage cops, any Kwekubako, any Omangasa Kwame Sefakan the chain smoker, Omuweng. These are useless people. These are what? These are useless people. Yama mo kwindin kwasiasem. Let me fill this out. One second. Puppet. This is for the puppet about him. Come say it for me. This is for the puppet. Torkornoo, come shake your ass for me. Oba Toko, come shake your ass for me. This is for the puppet. Oba Toko, come shake your ass for me. I'll pick your mouth. Oba Toko, come shake your ass for me. Si, fianye. Si, fianye. Si, fianye. Oba Toko, come check your ass for me. This is for I go what up. Now, iti Debbie Amikache Ghana for say your group of people in Ghana, you cannot reason with them. I know sometimes and go focus oh, Omana ye chichire no, mo de mama ye nyina yenka ya adwene mbom na nipa bimra. There are some people na meka loteje cops, Kwame Duncan, Kweku Bako, Kwame Sefakan, the likes of Paul Adomotri and the Sanko Fonko, their time they come. Now first, you so many nyansa. Into the young people na yabano, we need to look at issues critically. Na yanka saying assessment. And yet there be any better also obinkofa bibimbrambe fidi. No. We need to also research. We need to ask questions. We need to challenge the status quo. That is what we need to do to change this country. That is what we need to do to make sure the resetting agenda, no, it's an agenda yenina will benefit from. Mama moya manipebi engine say, ye Jimmy, ye tefako. They are the only people who are intelligent enough to do what? Who are intelligent enough to discuss Ghana's problem. Ghana problem na yetimuno, and yeni papa akopeni the solution. Yenina as Ghanaians, taxpayers, we have the right to share our opinion. Sebio memo obinya na adwene se onimnyansa kyen ono nko na adwene e na wo se fa. No. Sa me meka asem wo ha, enti na me betena na meka asem a. I just don't say the American we no wa wo hwe mu bia no, that is the final bit. Go out there, go and research, go and fact check me. So when we say me twa try, do not come back and watch me. In today be am betena na maka kiro, wo hwe me krampo na, I am not the final decider. You need to still fact check me and see say, Kevin, is he lying to us? Is he lying to me? Is he trying to be objective? Is he doing propaganda? These are things that the people we have today, and the baby TV so chief justice, ye chief justice, ya suspended chief justice, omuntibidano. Time ye Charlotte say, debi omuka, say, oh, how can you compare Charlotte says sacking to chief justice's suspension? It is the same. Nina, it's a petition that goes to the president and it follows the same procedure. Nobody should say, Charlotte say, the way and manner and the dubious way they breached their constitution and breached a simple procedure to sack Charlotte say. No, it is right now the difference between way and Charlotte say and say the president of the day has followed every single thing in the constitution. But Charlotte said, no, the president ignored the constitution. He took matters into his own hand and decided to make sure say na agenda one team no will accomplish the agenda no. So when you hear people talk, me see Ghana enye ye nyina na ya adwene eye adwuma wo. Ebi mo a omo ye hypocrites from birth. Yeah? Time you change Charlotte say. This is what they said on news for Muntie Kokubako and Afenyo Markin. Muntie omo.
By what I and it may not coincide with what my brother is saying entirely. This is a letter dated 26 July 2017. It's addressed to the Chief Justice. It's signed by the President. It's titled Petition under Article 1463 of the Constitution. In my absence from the country, my office received a petition, initially undated and unsigned.
This is from the President?
Yes, signed by him, purporting to invoke the provisions of Article 1463 of the Constitution in respect of the office of the Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Charlotte Osei. Subsequently, Counsel Maxwell Opoku-Agyeman, by letter dated 20th July 2017, wrote to my office setting out the names of the petitioners and the date of the petition. Pursuant to the terms of Article 1463, I'm therefore constrained to refer the petition to your high office for resolution in accordance with the teachings of Article 1463. I enclose the petition and its incidental papers with my best wishes in the service of Ghana. Yours sincerely, Nana Addo Akufo Addo. At the committee level, the petition itself turned out to be unsigned. The petition itself, unsigned by any of the petitioners, including the lead petitioner who came to testify. Do you get that extension? Yes. But whatever happened at the presidency before the forwarding, if you read this carefully, there was a lawyer who did a subsequent action by sending names of petitioners, which he said they will disclose at the appropriate time if required to do so. That is it.
That doesn't solve the problem. In fact, you see, Angry Kwekubako was very candid. See, the president knows the politics of this country. So he was very specific, made reference to the petition, unsigned petition, the subsequent communication he received from the council, and all that. So he left it as it was. which is fundamentally different from what my respected colleague was trying to put out.
In other words, the president make the Chief Justice aware of the deficiencies that may be in the original.
He left it as it.
He didn't just send it. He wrote a note and said, pay attention, there are these other issues. And I'll leave it to your judgment.
Exactly. You see, we are talking about developing institutions. And if each time institutions try to assert themselves, we turn around to bastardize them, then I'm afraid we're not going to get anywhere. Is it the president who has removed Charlotte Osei? Or it's an institution that has done its work in accord with law and has thus made a recommendation for her exit? The NDC may not be happy because they appointed the woman to head NCC. They tried to push her to the Supreme Court. The Judicial Council did not agree. She was rejected, and eventually she was sent to the Electoral Commission. The MPP, as a party, opposed the procedure for the appointment of the EC chair, and I led the charge. Eventually, in court, my client was Richard Sky. It was not Charlotte Osei. They shouldn't get it wrong. The MPP opposed the procedure. However, we looked after if the eventual appointment and the decision by the Supreme Court endorsing the procedure and all that. You remember I even raised the issue of contempt, that while the matter was yet to be tried, Mr. President had gone ahead to appoint and order, and I felt that it was not appropriate. But look, it didn't get anywhere. So when Charlotte was appointed, as a party, we had issues with her background. And we did not hide from that. Yeah. But it was not an NDC, MPP person. It was not Kennedy Japan. It was not Gabby Asardako who petitioned the president for the removal. Get it straight.
Now, PZ for bro from Kaotiaze. We in some of Mokania timer NPP time. Yasinko phobia a petition Akufo Addo say on Pam Charlotte say as the EC boss. Afenyo Markin or Markin, Namoten and Kano. The dirty ECG criminal. Now, then I know Mokano ho. Kwekuba akoko twe krata ba say, oh, amanfobia petition Akufo Addo. We a time and and this Akufo Addo ba power no mo person or mo Pam Charlotte say. Now, the procedure na Akufo Addo use here no. And na no mo kan wasem say, Akufo Addo ayeden. Kwekuba akoso on de okuta krata e kire say amanfo bi through omo lawyer kire krata kom Akufo Addo say omo no me petitioners. Na omo petition Akufo Addo say na na do dan Akufo Addo e make sure say we di Ghana mra so apam Charlotte say. Na de na wan wo mu say Kwekuba ku kan sa krata na petitioners then omo petition Akufo Addo akopam Charlotte say no krata na omo de kom Akufo Addo na any date krata no na obi anfa ne nsan hyase krata no even the petitioners na omo din ni so na just a blank paper, sorry, a paper yatro heading bi also say ye pese Mr. President oye den utu eye de asem we hu anamon. Listen, Akufo Addo's Jubilee House took just a document without signatories. They took a document without dates. They took a document without the complainant's name on it. Still, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo forwarded that paper that contained that trash to the Chief Justice. And what was he telling the Chief Justice? Okache Chief Justice said, krata ya mede brewi, it is any ordinary krata mede brewu. Any date. Obian sign ye. Omo amode petition brem no mudini so. Na enso mede maw. If you say Ghana mran shame say, e was semi 2-1 among. Inti krata na Akufo Addo edikoma Chief Justice say, ono ehwe Ghana mran no, mran na the constitution no. He performing his constitutional duty no. He's working within that law. Inti odesa krata no or for the Chief Justice no. Osina odi Ghana mraso. The letter did not have a signatory. Obian sign ye na any date was so. Na omo krampa omo siki say omo petition yenyi Charlotte say no. Their names were not on the document. And so still Akufo Addo saw it right. Say he still has to forward it to the Chief Justice. Now, the comma Chief Justice, the catch Chief Justice say, minimum letter away a to. Omukrom the letter by minimum. Date omucho letter ni minim. Hour omucho letter ni minim. In fact, signature bian poncha so nanso me pesa odi hudwuma. Enti letter ni koka Chief Justice ho no. Ena enkofo na omde petition break Akufo Addo no. Later omde date koka ho. Omde signature koka ho. Ena omde koka ho later. All these things, Afenyo Markin Kasongo 99, ECG criminal. He didn't have a problem. He was on Joy News defending it. Now, let any free on the Kodu Akufo Addo Nsemuno. Now the Danko Akufo Addo make sure say the Chief Justice out or make sure say that letter went through. And nobody then and no mujina so at the palm Charlotte say. Afenyo Markin Kasano. Sorry, Afenyo Markin Kasano. Or said there was nothing wrong with it. Everything was fine. Afenyo Markin can send me time and knock as see. It's a petition na any date, any address, any signature, no. Ana signature ni so no. Sa petition na Gabby ochedako na troya na bedi etu na troya na Akufo Addo busuani ana. Osi dabi Ghana for na troye. Into adenti na ende Ghanaians have written a petition to the president. Now we follow the same procedure. NPP mebe, NPP toilet mumwa. A foolish idiot like Afenyo Markin leading a pack of piglets in parliament, calling themselves minority, writing a letter that it should be reversed. Was this letter written by Ibrahim Mahama? Was this petition written by Lordina Mahama? Was this petition written by Asedun Ketia? Was this petition written by John Mahama's children? You, the MPP, you see, the reason why when we sit here, we use these words and then say, I know you say Jimmy. So today you see young people in the MPP, old people in the MPP, exhibiting the highest form of stupidity and foolishness, all because they don't respect us. All because they think, say, yeah, Jimmy, we don't remember the past. These were those same antelopes who were sitting on Joy News and trying to let us understand, say, Akufo Addo took the right decision. Evans Mensah and it is said, Hausa for Kraba. He sat within this. He sat through this. He was interviewing them. But today, he will sit there and pretend he doesn't know that what the president is doing today is basically the right thing. Because we are Evans Mensah. You should be telling the NPP that I was there. Afenyo Markin, the statement you have released as the leader of the minority, I interviewed you. You told me a letter without date, a letter without signature, a letter without applicant on it was even right to go through. How come a president who has allowed the system to go through, allowed the procedure to work, allowed and work within the constitution, and even giving the Chief Justice the room to have access to the petition, how can you sit there and write a letter and publish? So, Evans Mensah, these are the people I'm talking about. This is where my problem is as a Ghanaian. This is where I have a problem. They are stupidly hypocritical. Jimmy, when you watch stuff like this, it pisses you off. Because these antelopes today are pretending say their air course no will be that. But they have not been able to come out with emphatic statement said John Mahama boom raso. Nanado Danko Akufo Addo. Kasongo 99, the content creator of Friend or Minority Leader, Afenyo Markin, he sat on Joy News. He defended a letter without date. He defended a petition without signature. He defended a petition without names. This fool today calls himself a lawyer and hiding behind minority to write letters and sending a piglet like Asifua will say, that stupid boy, you know, I will free Kumasi and say, Uncle Cholet and Supreme Court. Mumo Jimmy Ana. Until we should stop everything that we are doing and do what? We should reverse what the president, the constitution, Amadi Tumisa Onye. Until the president should do what? Jimmy na no crampono eji letter na date no so no you were supported him to do what? Make sure Charlotte say is sacked. Jimmy, and I keep telling Ghanaians, MPP as a political party, it is filled with foolish people. You know the reason why I call them foolish? Because you see, in their head, you know, Obia onya MPP near or reason to say Omubiano, Sani Pande Jimmy. That is how they want to treat every single Ghanaian. These same people sat on TV. Listen to Afenyo Markin. Listen to him.
By what I and it may not coincide with what my brother is saying entirely. This is a letter dated 26 July 2017. is addressed to the Chief Justice. It's signed by the President. It's titled Petition under Article 1463 of the Constitution. In my absence from the country, my office received a petition, initially undated and unsigned.
This is from the President?
Yes, signed by him, purporting to invoke the provisions of Article 1463 of the Constitution in respect of the office of the Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Charlotte Osei. Subsequently, Counsel Maxwell Opoku-Agyeman, by letter dated 20th July 2017, wrote to my office setting out the names of the petitioners and the date of the petition. Pursuant to the terms of Article 1463, I'm therefore constrained to refer the petition to your high office for resolution in accordance with the teachings of Article 1463. I enclose the petition and its incidental papers with my best wishes in the service of Ghana. Yours sincerely, Nana Addo Akufo Addo. At the committee level, the petition itself turned out to be unsigned. The petition itself, unsigned by any of the petitioners, including the lead petitioner who came to testify. Do you get that extension? Yes. But whatever happened at the presidency before the forwarding, if you read this carefully, there was a lawyer who did a subsequent action by sending names of petitioners, which he said they will disclose at the appropriate time if required to do so. That is it.
That doesn't solve the problem. In fact, you see, Angry Kwekubako was very candid. See, the president knows the politics of this country. So he was very specific, made reference to the petition, unsigned petition, the subsequent communication he received from the council, and all that. So he left it as it was, which is fundamentally different from what my respected colleague was trying to put out there.
In other words, the president made the Chief Justice aware of the deficiencies that may be in the original.
He left it as it.
He didn't just send it. He wrote
of course,
pay attention that these other issues. And I'll leave it to your judgment.
Exactly. You see, we are talking about developing institutions. And if each time institutions try to assert themselves, we turn around to bastardize them, then I'm afraid we're not going to get anywhere. Is it the president who has removed Charlotte Osei? Or it's an institution that has done its work in accord with law and has thus made a recommendation for her exit? The NDC may not be happy because they appointed the woman to head NCC. They tried to push her to the Supreme Court. The Judicial Council did not agree. She was rejected, and eventually she was sent to the Electoral Commission. The MPP, as a party, opposed the procedure for the appointment of the EC chair, and I led the charge. Eventually, in court, my client was Richard Sky. It was not Charlotte Osei. They shouldn't get it wrong. The MPP opposed the procedure. However, we looked after if the eventual appointment and the decision by the Supreme Court endorsing the procedure and all that. You remember I even raised the issue of contempt, that while the matter was yet to be tried, Mr. President had gone ahead to appoint and order, and I felt that it was inappropriate. But look, it didn't get anywhere. So when Charlotte was appointed, as a party, we had issues with her background. And we did not hide from that. But it was not an NDC, MPP person. It was not Kennedy Japan. It was not Gabby or Asardako who petitioned the president for the removal. Get it straight.
These are the imbeciles in our community, in our country. How can this idiot be leading a group calling themselves minority for me to defend? Wako school kakra, unko school, we are nyanseni. Kwasi afo way to say we have to listen to them. What has man oka? Enya Gabby natural petition no. Enya Kennedy Japan natural petition no. Enya NPP ni natural. And the petition NDC ni natural. Petition na Mahama ebeka ni sana NDC for natural. Me Ghana mrane mu ofo. Nanka me suspension kura de mu ofo. Ghana mrane mu enne mu ofo. suspension quite and me. So I want Ghanaians to understand the NPP as a political party, they are naturally born foolish and very diabolic. Say enyo mo Ghana and shit. That has been the mentality. So we study NPP now. It has always been that say Ghana no enyo mo side dia Ghana and shit. Matime ho fo we mun sa no mutio. He the aircourse of Ghana is here no. Omu yema anka Ghana ni jatom. Yeah. So we are not supposed to listen to these fools. Kaikalization ye do femu no. Me kai unkwasi ade omo kan ye ni ende. Mon fan compare. Nana de Akufo, is this the first time a Supreme Court judge is sacked from the Supreme Court and asked by investigations? Akufo what power? Didn't he sack Supreme Court judges? Didn't he follow the procedure to sack them? So what is so unique about a Chief Justice and the petition about actually say what is the big deal about it? What is the big deal about it? Chief Justice Oyenyangopon. Office not the office as the Chief Justice, is it her property? It is not. Somebody gave her that position. A man is that position. As somebody has own Jinan Chenya Yushama, Obiaso and Tiasia, and Abomoquasia Didi. And the Chief Justice for. Unless you people know she's a criminal. That is why you people are defending her. But to me, she isn't. Till now, I cannot sit here and say the Chief Justice is guilty of any crime. The investigation is about to happen. So why are you people running and telling us to say the Chief Justice, she has to step aside. Unless the NPP want to tell us to say she is part of you. She has an NPP card. She's a women's organizer. That is why you people are barking like dogs. This is not the first time. Why? Does the Chief Justice position belong to somebody else? Does that position, does it belong to somebody else? Does she own it? Into obey Chief Justice, we cannot scrutinize her. We cannot question her. The Chief Justice is a staff of the Supreme Court. Anna, she is a staff of the Supreme Court. The way any judge can be sacked, any judge can be queried, any judge can be put on suspension. The Chief Justice is the same as any judge in the Supreme Court. So what makes her unique? Because Torkornoo, we are telling her to step aside. Has anybody sacked her? And you people are making her feel so entitled that yes, she can go to court, she can go to international court. Nobody is stopping Torkornoo from going to The Hague. But what the Constitution says, what the law says, the president has stood by the law. The president has worked within the law. So no fool can push anybody over. You people are making the case worse for the woman. You people are making us know clearly that the woman is not to be trusted. Because from your arguments as NPP communicators and the party as a whole, you are proving to us that we are not supposed to go by the Constitution and that your favorite madam, only the Memian Fan Sankana, now Torkornoo, but not Chief Justice, she is a staff of the Judicial Service. She is a staff of the Supreme Court. Any Supreme Court judge can be a Chief Justice. So why are we making it look like Madam Torkornoo, why your Supreme Court in Begu? One by two Supreme Court no. Or by another Supreme Court in you. And you are the people who are making us believe and say every single thing this woman did was in your favor. Because a Chief Justice can wake up in the morning, within 3 hours, she will call a minority leader and push a case through. A bra case daho over 4 months. 5 months, she will ignore the case. You want to tell me, say, psychologically, it is right? If you people are trying to tell us that psychologically, my hammer does not have to do that, is it right psychologically as a judge that a case sitting that is a national issue, e-levy, so you ignore to call a fool like Afenyo Markin within 3 days because he feels that in parliament he's not getting what he wants. So he has to come to you and you neglect every single thing. Psychologically, are you prepared to be the Chief Justice? Because to me, she has not committed a crime. And to me, she is not the owner of the judiciary. She is a staff of the Supreme Court. She can be sacked, she can be put on suspension, she can be investigated. Torkornoo is not above any law in Ghana. Make nobody make that mistake that we should treat Torkornoo like she's some angel or she's some diamond. Who the hell is Torkornoo? She's a Ghanaian, for crying out loud. Torkornoo is a civil servant like a police officer. She's a civil servant like a teacher who can be put on suspension. Torkornoo is a civil servant. Nobody should make it look like Torkornoo is an extraordinary being. Nobody can reverse the decision of the president. Baby, she's on suspension. She needs to sit in her corner and look at and listen to the process. She needs to adhere to the law. If she's not willing, she can walk out and go to the Hague. And then I'm going to Ghana. I'm going to some phones. And to say, who be that? Torkornoo, who is Torkornoo? She is a staff of the judiciary. She is a servant. Let it sink in her head. Torkornoo is a servant like a teacher. She's a servant like a police officer. She's a servant like a military officer. Torkornoo is not extraordinary. We gave her the opportunity and we have the right to question her conduct. And you people blowing hot air and making it look like, say, Ghana should come to a halt because some Torkornoo has been suspended by the president. The president himself can be impeached. So who is Torkornoo? Mensah, the president of the republic, he can be impeached. So who is Torkornoo? She's just a judge who has been given a position to lead the judiciary. That's all. So you people should calm down. I have never sat here and no reasonable Ghanaian has said, Torkornoo is guilty of a crime. Committee, unless you criminals, you these MPP fools, you consider her as one of you. Because I consider the MPP as a criminal entity. If you people today are screaming, then I will classify her and put her in your category. That she is also a criminal. Because why are you people bent on trying to make it look like, say, Obi Town Torkornoo? Were we not the same people who endorsed Torkornoo to go to the Supreme Court? Were we not the same people? Our members of parliament all sat in parliament and said, yes, go. So why are you today making it look like, say, Torkornoo a diamond? Without Torkornoo, our judiciary cannot move on. Without Torkornoo, we cannot run our country. My friends, Jimmy baby Ghana no. Jimmy with all due respect to the lady, if she also wants that respect or person okipuna, she should stop putting fire behind the scenes. Because from what we are seeing, it is looking like Madam Torkornoo no tenase and ocham samonya de moye no. Because if she knows what is going on is wrong, she will speak and say the NPP does not speak for her. Now it looks like the NPP is a spokesperson for Torkornoo. If Torkornoo wants to tell us, say, she's not behind what you are doing, she would have released a statement. Because right now in Ghana, no, it is looking more like NPP is a spokesperson for Madam Torkornoo, and Madam Torkornoo is enjoying it. Why hasn't she come out to say, I have no affiliation to the NPP? The minority and whatever they are saying, I have no connection to it. She is enjoying it because she is your woman. So, Ghana for who say, these things going on. And she will release a statement and say, you know something, I respect the law, I believe in the constitution. Please, nobody should make a statement about this case, making it look like they're in my support. I want the process to go on. But Madam Torkornoo is not doing it. She's behind the scenes releasing statements, telling you people what to do. And because that is what we will also think. The way you people are trying to think for John Mahama, saying, say, John Mahama has some motive, you know, the same motive in Misumi Hun said Torkornoo. So John Mahama di mrano so near se Torkornoo kwatena nchen na mo se o wadwene boni bia mesumi hu se Torkornoo wadwene boni because ensam na mo MP before mo ye court na mo kokọ ene nkwasesem amoka na anka obi oni adwene boni anka kasa munjai. Why is Torkornoo quiet? You people are the ones making us know, say, you have something to do with Torkornoo and she cannot be trusted. And nobody can tell the president to reverse his decision. Nobody. The earlier, the better for you people to understand that she is on suspension. She needs to have that. She needs to soak that. She needs to understand it. She needs to accept it. The noise and the backing will not bring Torkornoo back. Mubetumari and Chineboto 100,000. Torkornoo is on suspension until this investigation is done, completed. She is never coming to the Supreme Court again to sit there as the Chief Justice. It is her own problem. You people can scream and fool around in this country. Nothing is going to change it. We should not do anything again. A Chief Justice has been suspended. Come in Kuruma bomb money we. Kwasiafo JB Dankwa a flag bearer of a political party, or to make a US embassy could pay more. You don't have a problem with that. And before, JB Dankwa, I know you're flag bearer of your party. He was walking to a US embassy in Ghana to ask for salary. And no point to man say Ghana, Kwasia for Torkornoo suspension to Ghana and Gina. Huh? The nonsense you people have done in this country. And Kwasia Sama Yesoki Okromha. And I have tried to be very collected and calm about this issue. So what tell me editorial, sir? I have never said Torkornoo committed crime. Never. Because at this point, she has not been proven of any crime or committee or a guilty. No. So why should we say Torkornoo is a criminal? Why should anybody say it's a Torkornoo a pamano? On paper, Torkornoo is still a judge. She is on suspension. Muna mama ye who's a Torkornoo wabokrono. So adia chi ochina na committee ni ba no mo clear Torkornoo say, oh, there was nothing wrong. She should come back and do her job. In Kamwa, Kadena Mbeka. Afenyo Markin and your 87 piglets. The NPP fools. Amunimunyansa. Mi busamo. Ochinechi. Se committee ni ba no so. Oma your investigations in every. Torkornoo is clean. Nothing. Torkornoo should go back as the Chief Justice. Ediana Mobeka. Muye nine. Mwe Jimmy. The party is filled with stupid people. And it's your actions are all foolish. It's dede na moya no. Adia China committee ni babeka say, ya investigation in Torkornoo is cleaner. Who are you going to talk to? Diana Mobeka. Because right now, MAAKYE is a Torkornoo yakro for more per what you people are saying. John Mahama and Pamo Torkornoo was suspended Torkornoo. Into a China committee because Torkornoo is not guilty of anything. He should go back and become the Chief Justice. What are you fools going to say? Now you nyam kwasi afo she suit. Now yenya asantini boy we Jimmy for MPP for you know. Also wako court, wako injunction on the suspension. We are kwasia. Ko ukrom. Hwede esi wo ukrom. Ye Jimmy any ama politics omu use ye. The promise I can promise you is that the process will go on. Nobody can turn, nobody can reverse the decision of the president. Nobody. She is on suspension until the investigations are done. Madam Torkornoo now say 100 years now investigations don't be, she will be on suspension. Nobody can change it. Anytime I tell someone, I was very happy when I heard you, the MPP, say some mobile power in 48 years time, you will change or you go after every judge in the Supreme Court. Bawumia, boy, no, we have $4 million on campaign. He said it.
Adwenepa, and your processes, you know, now never heard me say what else more can you say. Edu baby are not all about now not done for the appointment of Superior Court judges, no. Or see, or crisis or you. The more any BS as we in a fatas obey. Oh, who say to be Chief Justice. You can cook it, you can over to me up a quite be brazen idea, you know. But the dear Efatana. What His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC are doing now, they are forever destroyed our judiciary. Because I can bet you, eh? So almost tosso no muji CJ we are catch her when say you won't qua. They want one thing. MPP about being one. Chief Justice be also be you know. And dear. Yes. You can yes, you know. Because member party no any member you know. Yes, you know.
Are you going to have a party?
Mamika say Doc Mr. Mamika say for a political party to be in opposition, say you won't qua. They want one thing. MPP about being one. Chief Justice be also be you know. And dear. Yes. You can yes, you know. Because member party no any member you know. Yes, you know.
Are you going to have a party?
You see, and I'm happy Omo Ghana for Omo Momu Adwenepa mutirim. Omo say so munya tumi biema Chief Justice bi obi a judge won be pam no be yire free ho ene ni omo agenda wo ene ni omo plan adentra. Today the Chief Justice President now has been petitioned and na Oma Embrana ye djuma and ya suspend. Omo say hey, say ye movements organize a free ho. And the question is, who has sacked Torkornoo? Has she been sacked? No, she has been suspended. Unless review means they cancel. unless suspension means sacked. At this point, you know, MPP for adwene do mutrim ba wo me ne ka asase wo cheso me kankyere mo. Boy when they have $4 million campaign ni sika no. Or they sit down with the crew, the pictures in the picture. Oh, TV so asem. The question here is, has Torkornoo been sacked from the judiciary? No. Has anybody declared Torkornoo as a criminal? No. Why should anybody say MPP as sack Torkornoo? NDC as sack Torkornoo? It is because they see Torkornoo as one of them. It is because the NPP as a political party, they see Torkornoo as one of them. And every single thing, no, they want to protect Torkornoo. So why are Bonikura? Because at this point, why should NPP be worried? Madam Torkornoo. So only Bonibia, why should he be worried about the investigations? Because Torkornoo and Pamono. Some MPP now be Judicial Torkornoo is clean. Torkornoo did not go against the law. Torkornoo basically within the confines of a Juma Oyano. Why should I be worried? John Mahama can do whatever he wants to do. Torkornoo di Bonia, she will be exonerated. She'll come back and be the Chief Justice. But because the MPP, they know that their mother, Osunoma Torkornoo, has done things that will not allow her to stay in office. That is why they are saying, Omusunya position. Ye Jimmy the power of Biema. Omuba, Obia or Chief Justice Bia, Omube Yino. This is the MPP for you. You see, this is the MPP for you. You see, they see Torkornoo as one of them. They see Torkornoo as an MPP member. They see Torkornoo as a Chief Justice working in the interest of the NPP. Because when you see Chief Justice as somebody who is working in the interest of Ghana, the Chief Justice has not been pronounced a criminal. The Chief Justice has not been sacked. So why are you now having that intent to say, Chief Justice be OBI NDC? It means, one, NPP as a political party, right now they see the judiciary as NDC. They are going to do everything possible to denigrate, disrespect, and bring the judiciary into disrepute. Into the strategy of the MPP in United say, I'm a person who good judiciary anymore say. If we say from Ende Kono, Omo Osunoma Ameno did some things wrong, they cannot defend, and the Osunoma Amiko Fedia, Omo say judiciary, The agenda of the MPP now is to destroy the judiciary. That is their plan. Nanka Akuko Bini say. Akoya sa akukọ bi ne sire ni ase osedian enya politics na aye tan ya ka jimi otumi gina ka ye say ye ne party ba judge bi o bi o Chief Justice ye be yine furu kwase ampanyiwe akoya wa ese spa jimi o sa akukọ bi ne sire ni ase a enya politics na aye tan ya because the party is in omo jimi to the point say boy we benefit free omo $4 million during the campaign en kwasiafo ese mbebe omo da ho di omo chi. This is what I keep talking about. The NPP as a political party is a group of criminals, a cluster of criminals. They don't respect Ghana. Oh my dear, you say no more Ghana and shit and manifesto. It also say Sanko Fowe, they have intentions. Say you the 2 million more. Their first target is to destroy the judiciary. Yet Tiana Wako for Hinibiaba so Ombedi Chief Justice. Me catch them. Me say Enko Fowe, my catch them said, Motam 2 million more. Yet Tiana Wako for Bukro Hinibiaba. So where do you come here? Where do you cross the bako? Ya person be the Chief Justice. Mo bi ankasa yetia omobeye. Yeti kroma. Yetia no makofo hini bi abremu. Ne ho ntoma where do ye hini o e cross bako an wako school. Where there nana any proponent where there yeni asantini pa ya party ne de twere fruma ya person be Chief Justice yete ha na nkofo we edisa adwuma na kire mo mudi tumi mo in the next 42 years. That is what they will do. Omgo kofo akonwa hu nipa betena Chief Justice akonwam say where there yebusia akonwa because they want to turn Ghana into a busia. Omo person mo dan enton omo person Ghana no weekend bia ye de ye omo adwene mu no Omuja. Wey, yentiasie wakase twi obede for Jimmy Conte. Yanjujum.